He's ready. That guy's ready to rock. Alex
Oh
Sass.
boy.
Alex Sass. He's
Um,
cutting right through the red tape. He's like, walks right up to the
Alex.
girl at the bar. Hey,
Whew.
you want to go halfsies on a baby or what?
Sup?
Doesn't just right through the red tape. No
Look,
bullshit.
man, I give him credit for sup dogs. That's a throwback. I haven't gotten to sup dogs in a while.
What is something?
20 and a half is the second half total? Oh, 21 and a half. It's 21 and a half. I'm seeing
Yeah,
Denver
I
minus
said
1,
anything.
21 and a half. That's an interesting number. Denver minus 1. So they've come off of the pregame side. A hair. Huh.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Browns offense is better. It's been the pick six, that was the difference there. Obviously, we did have the one turnover. Both pass rushes are getting a little bit of steam, but I think we've only had like one sack, maybe. Has Nick's been sacked? We had the one.
He has not been under pressure very much, but they're aggressively moving him out of the pocket. Do you know what they're doing, Andy?
He's good at rolling.
They're featuring his athleticism. Andy's noted athleticism about Bo Nix has come to fruition so far. He is dynamite when they roll him out.
He is fast.
That's
look
big
at this.
Explosive plays.
Plus EV with the dad joke there at the end for Broncos.
Because we have 300 yards of offense for the land in the first half.
Yeah, Browns
nice play by Nick Bonito.
Over.
I mean, I don't have appetite for more Browns. I feel what
I know. Like I have Browns. I don't. What would I do with a gun rack, Stacy?
Don't really have an opportunity for a middle here either, unless we just take Denver money line second half, I guess. Which
no. This side, however this lands, whether you got 6.5, 6, 5.5, one way or the other, that's between you and God right now. Like there's really no telling who's covering this game, because Jameis looks amazing, but Jameis can also do some crazy stuff. And to be fair, Bo Nix probably that wasn't great at times. We've seen a lot better out of him. We'll probably see some, I don't know, just maybe a more normal offense where it isn't like bad run, bad jet sweep, 90-yard deep pass that doesn't work. Like if they run the offense that's been working, the Broncos are going to move on this defense. Both secondaries look like just hammered dog shit right now. So I don't know. I think
you talked me into an over.
Yeah, it's just kind of over 21.
Over 21. I got 21 and a half. They're asking for me.
They're asking for a price here. What are we at for a total score here? We are at right now 38 points.
I can get that for plus 113. Does that suit you? Or are you going to shop around for a 21 flat?
Your mama said. You better shop around.
Mama saw. Over 21 and a half and now minus 118. That was a big fucking move.
Yeah.
I literally was typing it out. It went from plus 113 to minus 118.
And it's funny too, on the live line over at our friends at ProfitX.
Maybe I misread it.
All the liquidity has been Denver. Like all available live liquidity right now is, do you want some Cleveland plus 5.5? Do you want some Cleveland, plus 5?
What did you think of the move?
There's some Denver non-trivial.
This was a non-trivial move pre-game. There was somebody who was pretty convinced this was Denver was the right side. And at times they have shown, some focus. Damn, dude. Huh. I mean, I played the over already, but
there is some
I don't have a strong read here. I'll be honest.
There was there was a really robust back and forth on the total as well.
Yeah.
So look at it was like 40-41, and then it would not stay put. When it went to 41.5, 42, slam back down, 41, slam back up. Like it was ping pong back and forth all week between those two. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't look at like volume and limits and see, or I don't know anybody that was heavy on it. So I'm not sure if it was like big money or just kind of bouncing around on a bunch of bets, but there were some people that were pretty convinced this was an under game, which a Twitter, I shared this in the Discord, a Twitter account I'm enjoying more. I didn't like his original shtick. I'm going to insult the guy before I say something nice about him. I think you're supposed to do that in reverse order. You're supposed to say something nice, and then you discipline your employee, and then you say another nice thing about how much you love having him there. But
It's the shit sandwich, yeah.
NFL Pinnacle beater, who didn't beat Pinnacle that year. He had a bad year. Turned into Pinnacle donator, turned into retired donator. Now he just rants, and most of his rants are stuff I agree with. Like, he has a lot of correct takes. I've enjoyed his Twitter lately, but he's talking about the Riley Moss to Levi Wallace downgrade at corner, and Pat Surtain, like everybody who, even Pat, looks like he's having a bad time guarding Jerry Jeudy for the most part. I mean, it's like Jeudy, Elijah Woods. This is not like the '98 Vikings where you have 3 stud receivers. I guess
Elijah Moore
looks amazing tonight.
He does. He's making some good plays. Jerry Jeudy's getting separation. Jerry Jeudy got wide open on that deep ball that Jameis missed him on. Oh, they're showing the replay of the Leonard Williams pick 6.
That was so good because I did not think he'd go. Man. I did not think he was going to go.
2 amazing weeks. Yeah, incredible. All right. Well, we're on the over. I ended up with minus 118. It's minus 117 now. Not a lot of movement at all on the side. None.
Ain't scared. This is the only way to ride a second half with Jameis.
You know what? Actually, does that make you feel in any way like whoever was super aggressively pounding the Denver button?
They showed the Kirk Cousins pick.
Oh God, I don't want to watch it.
It's like watching a family member.
Life-changing bonanza. All right, Dave. Good for you.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to. Yeah. He tweeted about that.
Oh, but good.
It's like $16, and it's got a good whiny flavor. We got a request for the. Can you do the pick 6 you did from last night?
Jesus, that was the worst.
So bad.
Oh, I was watching a car crash in real time as you see it happening. No, I was gonna ask you about this game. So basically, you can get back in on the original price that was so aggressively bet for Denver here at halftime. But there was no takers, really. So whoever originally kind of made their position known and really got beat the shit out of this number, they've either lost confidence or they just are satisfied with their position or they got out in game. What do you make of something like that? Because usually when there's that much one way pregame and then you get another chance at halftime that's even more favorable.
If I watched again, I'm just go right back to the secondary. If I watch the Denver secondary, who's not pressing at the line, who's
feel like
playing
you made
soft,
a huge mistake. Yeah,
it just feels like, well, why would you throw good? I think that's a realizing you made a mistake and not doubling down on a bad take is. I mean, just don't lose more money on the. If you're already in a losing position, you feel like you made a bad bet. Don't be stubborn with it. Like I really thought the secondaries might play a little better than this, but I mean, it's been very tough to hang.
Dude, Casey. I want that more than anything else this weekend. Oh,
he throws like 4 picks in the first half versus Minnesota, and they just bench him.
Ooh, that would be great.
Is that game in Atlanta?
No, it's in Minnesota.
Is it?
Yeah, they're 6-point dogs. Yeah,
I mean they should be 6-point dogs everywhere.
Minnesota are 5 points now. Somebody did come and take the 6s with the Falcons today.
Oh my God, the crowd would be. Minnesota nice would go right out the window. The crowd would be mean.
Oh yeah.
I haven't got into any new bourbons lately yet, Tim. It's kind of just to get into that season. I'm going to buy a couple for the holidays here. But like I mentioned on a previous halftime, we just got a Total Wine and Spirits. So I need to take a shower, mentally prepare to go in there and say I'm only buying 1 or 2 bottles because there's 1,000 kinds of whiskey in there.
Oh yeah.
And I can't go.
You actually have to shop before you go in. Like you have to like online shop a little bit just so that you can kind of.
I saw one I liked.
You got to make the decision in your head before you're even in there staring at the bottles.
So this was fun, Patrick. Maybe the Falcons war room wasn't insane after all. I'm going the opposite direction with that. This is my favorite time of year when you have a team pissing away a division and you can harken back to taking Michael Penis Jr. at the 8th pick, where you said, like, oh man, well, I wonder how this pass rush would look with Jared Verse.
Yeah.
Or like, man, like, who's good 5 picks later? Brock Bowers. What they got shit because it's like, didn't you just draft a tight end? I mean, good for
they could
Las
use
Vegas.
a tight end. Yeah.
Of all the things they've done right, that might be the only thing they've done right in the last few years.
Not banking on they had it figured out with Mayer. Yeah,
but like saying, hey, maybe Mayer isn't the guy, and even if he is, I don't think we can pass on Brock Bowers here. He's too good. How many people, mocked him at like 10 to the Jets, saying like,
he would have looked good. Yeah, he would have helped. He would have helped the Jets. He would have helped a lot of teams. Who's good at the draft, by the way, based on all of the nuggets we heard. Who had a dead solid read on the draft? The LA Rams. Not only did they crush their 2 defense picks they got, but they were trying to actively trade up for Bowers. And when they didn't get him, they took the next best thing, the defensive rookie of the year. Not bad, Rams. Not bad.
I do like this one. This Wine Spectator top 10 whiskeys. It's end of the year list time, guys.
Wine Spectators.
It usually has 1 or 2 good ones, and then 1 or 2 that are like, well, I'm not paying $300 for that. What if it's not good?
Yeah. Best brown spirit I had all year was probably the Michter's Rye. You ever had that?
Yeah.
Did you recommend that to me?
I think so. I like that one quite a bit. They make a few good ones. They have a toasted bourbon.
Yeah, we were doing Belvedere's decorating the tree yesterday. That's why I was very fucked up when we did our halftime show. It was fun. Belvedere's with rye Campari, and sweet vermouth. We do a Torino in my house, but the
Michter's is a very solid brand. Anything I've ever had from them has been very good. I've been drinking some scotch because somebody got me some scotch for my birthday.
Yeah, do you got any Rex? Because that's going to be my whole thing next year. I'm going to be a scotch guy in the first quarter. I think really try to get to the bottom of what matters scotch wise.
I don't know. I haven't had a lot of like scotch, so I don't think I'm a good rec of that.
Are you an Islay peaty guy or?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know. Somebody got me some Macallan 15, and like you pour it and it's good. I don't know the differences between
Basil
the different areas
malted
of
rye. Tim's a aficionado of the brown liquors, so I will take that and I will take that recommendation like it is gospel. What I one other thing on Cousins before real quick. As we were shitting on the Falcons for being a train wreck, a dumpster fire of an organization. What did you think of the quote from fuck's his name? The head coach. Who's the coach?
I don't know what you're asking.
Man? The Falcons coach gets asked if they're thinking of
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris, thank you. Asking if he's thinking of benching Cousins, and he's like, "Well, no, he got us here to 6-6.
Yeah,
he got us all the way here. He got us here. We are here. Here we are, and he got us here."
Nothing would have been funnier than all the folks who were just like salivating with their Tampa Bay futures. Atlanta lost. If they would have lost that game in overtime, my God, that would have been just embarrassing.
What's your number right now, by the way? Did you rerun your
no, I haven't. I'm going to do it right away in the morning. Have not run future prices yet.
I will tell you my division prices now. I still have the Falcons at 71, which feels wrong. Buccaneers I have at 30. I have them both finishing most likely with 9 wins, and I guess that means the tiebreak goes to Atlanta because of their division record.
That's the problem with some of these teams. There's some teams with some very strong tiebreakers right now.
Like
They're
the
sitting
fucking
ahead of other teams
Texans.
that I like. Yeah. The Texans have some stupid time for a team that fucking sucks and is no fun to watch right now. Like for my sake, and I don't really have much on the AFC side that would be affected by this, but for the sake of football, I want the Texans to figure things out because it's bad right now. It's bad to watch.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see them as what are they going to be touchdown dogs hosting the Ravens in the 4-5. I'm not even joking. Like, what is the fair price right now? My number for the Texans right now is basically neutral. Like, I'm at 0.7 points better than an average. Like,
all right,
it's
name
bad,
well, I haven't updated numbers yet, and I don't think there are many. I don't think Houston had much for meaningful injuries. There's a couple defenders, but Houston hosting Baltimore right now.
Did they pick up the flag? That was weird. I don't know. This cruise kind of lost me. I'm out on these guys.
I wouldn't be that big of a dog. Like 5.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a +8 on Baltimore, but still.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot.
It's gonna be a big number.
And there still is a nice home field being in a dome like that, making them travel. Yeah, I don't know.
What does
that
Baltimore
would
finish the season with? Road, I bet.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Baltimore
we did talk about this a bunch when we did
home against the Browns. Oh yeah, we actually get a preview of Ravens.
Oh wow, they played great. Yeah, they play in Christmas.
Yeah, we get a preview of that exact game. And honestly, the Ravens might not even be the 5th.
I wonder if that line is.
They might be behind the Chargers. Yeah, Stroud is having a textbook sophomore slump. There's a lot of like old tried and true stupid narratives that are coming very strong in this later portion of the season, I would tell you. Like the Lions, do they not feel pretty obviously like the quintessential team that peaked too early?
It
like you don't want to play your best. Like you don't want to play your best game week 10 against the Jaguars, right?
Like, so it would be less of that if they didn't have if they didn't have 2 or 3 defensive injuries every week.
Yeah,
like,
that's
they're
the problem.
signing guys off the street right now, and you know their offense remains very strong. But this was the same thing we had last year, where it's like, oh no, your defense is a huge liability in a huge spot where you should have won a game. Yeah, they're kind of falling apart defensively, and there's some pretty good teams that are going to be able to. I mean, even just like Minnesota and Green Bay are good enough offenses. We saw Minnesota go toe for toe with them. Like it just comes down to if you're going to be in that kind of game state where you're playing bounce back and forth track meets.
Yeah,
it takes one fumble, one bad drive, a couple drops. You know, you don't convert a 4th down when Dan Campbell's being very aggressive, and suddenly the game's like, oh shit, like we usually get these, or we're usually up by 10 points when this happens instead of down by 1, and you lose a bad playoff game that you have no business losing to. I mean, any number of teams, even something silly like Tampa, who, you put Tampa right now, who, they're beat up and all things considered, they're not all that good, but put them up against a bad defense with a bunch of injuries. Tampa could put 30 on your ass. Green Bay can put 30 on your ass. Darnold maybe has been a little bit dulled. He hasn't been bad. The thing about Darnold is he hasn't been bad. It's just been less amazing of an offense at times, and the defense has been kind of rough for Minnesota. What's your total for Minnesota Detroit if they played right now? And they will play.
That's the last week of the year, right? I can just
that's kind of a dumb one. I hope that one matters.
It would be 49 for me. Real quick before I lose it, somebody mentioned rye Manhattans over an old fashioned. That's a strong, obviously, yes. And if you're looking for a good, very good holiday-y recipe, try a black Manhattan. That is a rye focused Manhattan. Instead of sweet vermouth, you use Amaro. which is a little bit more herbaceous and kind of doubles down on the bitter.
I don't know. I just herbaceous ass is bodacious.
Herbaceous.
For some reason, yeah, that got in my head.
I like it. The kind of a bummer of a drive for our over, but
they only took a minute and a half though. Not even.
Yeah. So check out a Black Manhattan, Averna, as is the only kind of thing you have to buy. If you already have good rye, then you're good to go.
You know what I've been making, Drew?
What's that?
I don't know if it has a name, but you kind of got to throw a flag on that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't mind an old fashioned, but I don't love sweet drinks in general.
Yeah.
So I've been making just whiskey with a little bit of bitters, like half an old fashioned. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing. I just like the taste of a little bit of bitters, especially if it has some orange citrus to it. So I've been just drinking rye on the rocks with a little bit of bitters. Somebody have to tell me if that has a name. If it's not, I'm naming it after me, I guess. I'm curious to your thoughts on the Saquon MVP case.
I'd buy it easily. Buy it. Yeah. Very, very real possibility that the Eagles take it in from here and the Bills lose a couple games and the numbers just never show up for Mahomes. And then, yeah, I mean, but Barkley is very, very on pace to break the all-time record. If that happens, he's winning the MVP. I don't care if it's a quarterback award.
I think he can still. I think he can still break it and lose the MVP.
I think
because I think in the back of everyone's mind, Drew, there's the ultimate if Josh Allen keeps it up, if let's say Hurts has something amazing happen, I think it's called bourbon and bitters. What if it's rye though?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, but let's just say Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, maybe even Hurts. If one of those guys rips their face off and goes nuts for 5-6 weeks, every voter can be like, well, Saquon's getting Offensive Player of the Year. Like, I'm still going to give him an award, but man, I need to vote for a quarterback. And I mean, if Josh has a couple more moments like that, it's going to be awful hard. Beating the Chiefs like he did, having that stupid thing like that, the stupid lateral. It's lateral winning someone an MVP.
The problem is there's so much season left. So much left.
No, that's what I'm saying. One of those quarterbacks has to have.
It's a fragile.
And the other thing about
he's a fragile favorite right now.
If you bought Saquon at a big number, congrats, you're sitting in a nice spot. But it is terrifying to even think about betting him at anything under 10 because he's a running back, and those guys get hurt. Those guys get hurt all the time. They get rolled up in piles. Their ankles get twisted. They get hamstring injuries. It's crazy. He's not that old. It seems like he's been around forever, but yeah. And this is the other thing, the Bills, this is maybe a case against Josh if he starts sitting because they have the 1 seed wrapped up.
Well, that's the other thing is also though, the
Chiefs have a tough schedule.
They have, but there's downside in those divisional games at the end. There's no upside in those games, right? The Bills just as a team could have a stinker and lose to Patriots or the Jets or something, and then all of a sudden it's ugh. I don't know.
I don't like that you're saying there's no upside. The upside is, what if he plays the Patriots?
It's a 1 o'clock game. Nobody's even watching.
No, I know. But if it's just hey, nobody watched it, but did you see it was just on red zone constantly because Josh Allen ran for 3 touchdowns.
It's
such a bad defense that he could just have a sick game that nobody watched, but everyone caught the highlights. Stat padding. There could be so much stat padding against those teams. Jets defense on paper looks like a monster, but
they're terrible.
Jesus Christ, they lost to a bad team.
And
then I get the Hurts love, but I think he splits votes. It's tough.
Barkley is their candidate for sure. He's their candidate. I don't know, man. I don't know what happens. I'm probably out of that market. I just I've never seen the value in the Allen case because he's the second best quarterback. They're on the second best team in terms of record. He's got the second best stats to Lamar Jackson. Okay, it's a very Matt Ryan-y case.
I mean, Matt Ryan threw for like 5,000 yards that year. It was hard to like get excited about him, but he was just so. It felt like it was just this offense is so good, and Matt Ryan is getting a lot of stats because of that. But fuck it, who else is going to get it?
Yeah, we'll see.
I remember that year. It wasn't like Matt Ryan is transcending the NFL right now, like we've had.
I think he was number one in EPA per play of all quarterbacks that year, though.
Yeah,
like, so there was more there. Like it was, but like honestly, that's the only quarterback that was not a 1 seed to win it, going back to like Adrian Peterson in 2012.
Yeah,
like it is
I think he had like
really tough to win as a 2 seed quarterback.
Didn't he have like 5,000 yards though?
Was it the most of anyone in the league? Because I don't even really remember.
I'm looking it up right now. He threw 4 MVP season. It wasn't even
4,944 yards. He was voted the MVP.
35-7 ratio is 35-7 is pretty good.
He absolutely crushed Tom Brady in touchdowns and yards, which is why he got 25 votes, and the 1 seed Tom Brady got 10. Actually, I don't even know if Tom Brady was the 1 seed that year.
What season? I'm looking at. I think I might be looking at the wrong season.
2016. Yeah,
I'm looking at 2018. They were 7-9. I'm like,
that was of course the year that the Patriots defeated the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 38-7. Those 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions is pretty sick.
So the 11-5 2 seed Falcons that year got the award. Matt Ryan got the award over the 14-2 Patriots. So this would be like more like the Lamar Jackson case, winning it over a Mahomes or an Allen or something, which is possible. I think Lamar's still alive, but people have goldfish brains, and
it's so dumb that he gets like the fatigue knock against him. Like, well, we already gave him a couple.
Extremely dumb. Yeah.
Well, and it's silly because Josh gets the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's his time. He's due. Yeah.
Well, all he has to have is like 3 good to great games out of the last half dozen. And he probably gets it because it's like, oh man, he had a really good year. He had a couple good games down the stretch. They won their division so clean. They're the best team in the AFC, and he hasn't won it yet. It's kind of the Myles, the Myles Garrett thing too. Not that I wanted to take that away from him. But
I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm against him in the market, so I am missing out on some of the joy of this season because he's an incredibly fun player to watch, and when he's doing stuff like he did last night, it sucks to be like, ugh, like this doesn't help me, right? Like, so I know
I sent you that text. You're like, yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I should just chill. Maybe maybe we'll wait for him to like lose to the Lions and everybody to collectively be like, well, I guess it can't be Josh Allen, and then he does the Dable thing where he just beats the dog shit out of the Patriots, and everyone's like, okay, he's back, and then he gets the MVP. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I think he's a fragile favorite, not a minus 250. That seems absolutely insane to me.
So this looks like the dumbest thing I've ever fucking read, but it also makes complete sense to me. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, this is this is also a correct take. Like, DeMar Hamlin is kind of racking up tackles. He's playing.
Dude, if Kyler Murray is live, then DeMar Hamlin is live, right?
Well, no, but like DeMar Hamlin is actually playing football a lot. And he's actually like contributing and getting a bunch of tackles. He has some picks. I know he had one called back, but like, it's funny because he's actually like a benefit to his team this year. Where last year it's like, oh, he got like 3 snaps on defense. It wasn't just special teams this week, and his odds would go to like minus 400 off that. It's like, what are we doing? That's why it's the dumbest market. It is the dumbest market. But I like this though, Dave. It's he's actually has a case this year.
It is, yeah. It's as much of a case as Kyler Murray, who came back last year and for some reason is in the discussion. I don't get it. I don't understand that comeback player of the year at all. It's all just absolute nonsense narrative, and it makes me very angry.
I kind of said it in the preseason when they announced that, hey, we're switching it. We're making the announcement saying this is how we want it judged. I said I need to not bet this at all because I need to see how the voters actually react to that, and if they're true, and are they going to tell people you can't vote for Sam Darnold?
You can't vote for Darnold or Russell Wilson. Like they can't come back from sucking anymore. Yeah.
So like if they allow that where they, it's strongly discouraged, but they still let you do whatever you want, that's different than just telling people like, we're going to throw out your Darnold votes.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say that the awards, everything that happens between now and the end of the year matters so much more than everything that's already happened.
Why is there a
comeback?
It always is. Yeah, improved is such a much better award.
It's because they used to like to write, somebody who liked writing about comeback stories, like petitioned the AP to be like, put an award up there so we can give a guy a nod. And it was mostly, I feel like it was developed in like the Peter King spirit, where he had just like telling stories about guys who overcame like broken legs and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Okay. But but the other thing that's stupid is if you're going to have, an earliest injury award, if you're gonna have obscene or ridiculous subjective awards like this, make a bunch of them. Why stop there? Go weird, get weird, and let us bet on all of them. That would be my only request.
Yeah, make it the MTV Movie Awards where there's like a best kiss.
Yeah,
just like a complete mockery of everything.
Speaking of made up awards, we got to have a tough call to make on Jags Texans from yesterday. Was that best backdoor cover or worst blown cover of the year? What category does that get nominated in? Backdoor cover of the year?
So to me, and I didn't have action there. But
no, I didn't either.
It didn't feel like that bad of a beat because of how Houston has played all year.
Yeah, but they were up 23.
But it was Mac Jones. But then on the other end, it was Mac Jones.
Yeah.
It was a bad blown cover. I mean, I want to put that more on Houston than giving Jacksonville any credit. And so here's the other rant. The high fucking hyperbole around the hit on Trevor Lawrence was something, you guys.
Like, I wanted to hear somebody bring up death penalty, honestly.
Like, well, it's just like, this is...
has it not been considered? Has death penalty not been considered?
If you're 19 years old and if you're 19 years old and you say that's the worst hit I've ever seen. Yeah. If you say that's the worst hit I've ever seen and you're born in 2003, that's fine. It probably was the worst hit you've ever seen. You've been watching football for like 6 years. But like, you know who John McClane is, Drew?
Yeah, from Die Hard.
Houston. No, the Houston sports writer.
Yeah,
he's like 70, and he's like, that was one of the worst hits. It's like, no, dude, that's fucking pathetic that you would say that. You watched football in the 70s. That sort of stuff happened every game, every week, and like they'd interview guys about, oh, yeah, you had a big hit on Staubach today. And it was basically the shit you see now that makes you gasp, like, oh no, you can't do that. That shit. I mean, we used to have a segment called Jacked Up, was it?
Yeah, Jacked Up.
It's crazy. Like, it wasn't that long ago that sort of shit happened every week. Guys coming across the middle, wide receivers used to get absolutely fucking destroyed. If you threw a hospital ball, it was really a hospital ball, because nowadays you kind of have to let up a little. Some guys still don't, but people used to get their heads fucking taken off coming across the middle. Especially linebackers were slower and bigger. Like, they were just huge friggin' dudes. If you came across on a slant in the wrong spot, it was going to be just an enormous dude that he wasn't a coverage guy. He was a hitter. Yeah, Ray Lewis highlights. Somebody did do this. Somebody did post like a hit from who was the really shitty coach of the Niners like 10 years ago? Played for the Bears. Singletary.
Singletary.
Devin Singletary, correct. Yeah. That's the wrong name. Mike. They showed a clip of him like basically knocking a Cowboys quarterback out cold, and it was almost the same hit. The guy was starting to slide, and he came in and like went helmet to helmet, and he went limp and dropped the ball. I mean, he knocked him out cold, and they're doing an interview with him afterwards. Like, man, that was like hit of the week. They gave him like the NBC hit of the week award. Let's talk with Singletary about what he saw in that play. It's crazy now. Like, Aziz is getting like death threats.
Incredible.
But understood. I agree. If they suspend him, I would agree with that Under today's rules,
No.
you can't have that shit. Like,
Death
give him a
penalty.
game or two. Death penalty. That's it.
Didn't it happen in Florida?
Wayne Corbett used to get fucked up. I remember that.
Yeah,
Who's he married to?
Wayne Corbett,
Angie Harmon?
No,
Angie
that
Harmon?
was the no. We're thinking
That's a different guy.
that's Seahorn. That was Seahorn.
Jason Seahorn. We mixed up our white.
That was a no. I don't even think Seahorn was a Jet. He was a Giant. You mixed up your white, sneaky athletic, New York centric football players.
Yeah, I'm gonna check if he played for the Jets.
I don't think he did.
Giants and Rams. Did they both go to USC?
I have no idea why you're aiming at your.
Someone brought up Corbett. Oh, Corbett went to Hofstra.
Not my bingo card either. Real quick, if you want one more recommendation for you guys from the for the exotic gift giving department. You go into a holiday party, you want to take something that's a little bit unique, and your host is into cocktails. The dried citrus cocktail garnish poo-poo platter from Williams Sonoma. Incredible host gift. You get the dried oranges, the dried grapefruits. They're dehydrated, right? So they make especially, good looking additions to cocktails. And because they're dried, you can keep them in, like an apothecary jar. And you don't have to worry about them getting moldy or getting fruit flies. How about that?
Altoon. Why no higher? We get shit about this. This bothers people. Why no overtime better? I'm sorry. I feel bad. That's on us. Yeah, what did I didn't hear what you said either. Did you just recommend dried fruit? Basically, you recommended a deconstructed fruit cake.
The dried citrus cocktail garnish. Yeah, get a little pack.
That is so big right now. Every picture I see of a cocktail has like
it looks good. It looks good, and it's not going to get fruit flies or mold, which is important if you care about fruit in your as a garnish.
So
yes.
The first 3 drives.
Hell,
the first 3 drives were punts.
Yes,
but
Jerry Jeudy revenge game.
Jerry Jeudy revenge game. He has 167 yards, guys.
He cares.
These cornerbacks are. It's Eli Wallace. Not Eli Wallace. Damn it. R.I.P. Eli Wallace. I might watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly this week, though. He was very good in that. R.I.P. Levi Wallace. Different guy completely. Was not in any spaghetti westerns. God, yeah.
Where you're going.
Did you never watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Yeah, I know who Eli Wallach is. Levi Wallace. I don't know. Did he get burned? Is that why you brought him up?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even see. All right. He's not a very good football player. Jerry Jeudy, two absolute, getting wide open down the field today.
Remember how good we say this
about
2-point attempt. People, Drew.
Oh, this is gonna matter for us. If you get it, we only need one more touchdown. If they don't, then they got it. You're ahead of me by a lot, huh?
I am. I'm ahead of you.
Good job.
You know who got it? Octopus.
Is Jerry Jeudy?
Yes.
Was it? It was an octopus.
It was an octopus.
Jerry Jeudy. Octopus, by the way. I saw a lot of octopus in Catalina and a lot of jellyfish
when I get to Florida on Friday.
Pretty incredible. Yeah. Tell me where your stops are, by the way.
Fort Lauderdale.
In and out of Fort Lauderdale, and then your stops are islands.
So I think it's Nassau, and then Disney owns 2 islands in like the Bahamas.
Okay. So you're going straight out and okay, got it.
I remember the Bahamas, or what's the other big chunk of islands that has like a S at it? I don't know. Where's Nassau? Nassau is in the Bahamas too? That's the capital of the Bahamas.
Yes, it's
We're gonna
on
look up this way.
Nassau.
Castaway Key.
Nassau is where the Atlantis and Paradise Island and all the casinos and shit.
Yeah,
that's where I got an ear infection at a water park that gave me Bell's palsy.
Well, I won't go. I won't be swimming.
Don't go on the water slides.
So, all right, going to Fort Lauderdale Thursday morning, bright and early. Going to get there by the afternoon. I'm going to be on the beach. I don't think we get on the boat until like Saturday, so it's like a day or two just hanging out on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, get on the boat, go to the Bahamas a couple times, sit by the beach or sit by the pool, watch football. Hopefully the internet's good. I want to do a halftime show from the boat.
Oh,
Like
excellent.
that would be the plan, you guys. I'm not going to stop in Kokomo. Not a real place.
No, there is
don't
a Kokomo now. It's in Curacao. Yeah.
Don't say this. Giorgio, your definition of cold and mine are probably very different because you live in Tampa. I'll take 64.
It was pretty freaking beautiful this week.
Yeah.
We had, it was quintessential best of winter California weather here. It was amazing.
Denver was really nice. There was some really nice winter.
What was the high points of your trip? I didn't even get to hear about your Thanksgiving yet because
we just drove. So I visited my father. We shot some guns at Targets because he found an old gun that he fixed, and then he wanted to shoot more guns. That's what you do in rural Minnesota. He got my son. My son's a lefty, and anyone who shoot a bolt action, it doesn't work so good for lefties. So he bought a left-handed gun just for him, and we shot at a bunch of targets, had some fun, ate some turkey. Then we headed to the Dakotas, then drove out to Denver. Denver's lovely as always. They have more dog parks per capita than anywhere in the world, I believe. My God, they love bringing their dogs to every restaurant and everywhere they go, which was nice because we brought our dogs with. Holy shit, people are just getting yards. Anyway, the
back with a flag or any
high point, low point. Yeah, that one is coming back. Low point might have been I went out there to visit family, and part of it was going to go to the Colorado State 4A football championship semifinals.
Yes.
My team, the Dakota Ridge, number 1 seeded Dakota Ridge Eagles, were taking on the hated Broomfield Eagles. My team gets the ball, marches down the field. My nephew knocks off a 40-yard run. They get down there. Stopped on 4th and goal. Broomfield 99 yards, long drive, score, pick 6, next play, 14-0, all downhill from there. It was 45-7. Just get the shit kicked out of him. But my nephew did have a couple big runs, a long touchdown.
Yeah.
He had a sack or two.
Plus, they give participation trophies now, right?
After the game, the people from Hawaii offered him a full scholarship to play football.
Rainbow Warriors?
I don't know. He didn't accept it yet. I think he's waiting on other offers, but a full D1 scholarship. He was pretty proud of that because other offers have been, Division 2 or 3 in the area. He's visited with but this is the first real offer. So that's got to feel kind of crazy to be like, hey,
oh my God.
Also, like, I don't know. Like that just seems like a good opportunity
to spend 4 years. Going to a college that is adjacent to Waikiki. Oh my God. Like if I could go back in time and give myself any advice, I'd be like, go to college at the beach, buddy.
Some of the other schools that are talking to him are like Wyoming and Kansas State. You know what's nicer than Laramie? Honolulu.
It's also not that far of a flight, really. Like, no. I mean, from Colorado, it's a couple hours.
Pop to LA and head out there. Maybe it's direct. Huh. I knew a girl in high school. She was a year younger than me. Then she just, everybody was going to schools in the Midwest, and she's like, I'm going to go to Hawaii. She did. Like, why? And it's the same thing you hear when you get out there. We asked this captain of this boat that took us fishing, well, what made you move here from Idaho? And he's like, yeah, it's Hawaii, you guys. Like, why wouldn't I? He's like,
what is going to be your drink of choice
for the weekend?
Yeah, when you're on your cruise.
Oh, I don't know.
Mai Tai? Do you like Mai Tais?
maybe I'll do the thing where I get every time you stop, you can get like the duty-free booze, but there's all kinds of rules about that. And they kept taking it away from me. They're like, we said you could bring wine back, sir. This is Grey Goose. Oh, I thought it just meant bottles, if anything. And then the next stop, I bought a bunch of wine and they took it away from me again. And they said, we said you could buy wine, sir. This is 24% alcohol wine from Jamaica. It's like, this doesn't qualify. You can't buy the night train and expect to bring it on the boat. Oh shit, sorry. I didn't know that was a thing. So when we left, I had all these tickets.
They have rules.
Yeah, I had these tickets like you check at the bellhop. It's like I had to go pick up all my booze at the end of the trip. So I'm probably gonna drink a bunch of wine because you're allowed to just buy it at port and
Duty free.
Pour yourself a bunch in the room. So
Fuck
I'm gonna check wine shops. I might send you some pictures. Be like, pick something in this photo. Make you do it. Oh, he touched that. I bought 3 wines. It was like the night train, and it was this green ginger wine. The shit fucked you up.
The old school trick we used to do on cruises to make the most of it was you buy the giant like Slurpee size cup that's refillable plastic cup.
Yeah.
And you get soda, and then you have previously smuggled in liquor in water bottles in your luggage, and then you just go to your room and top it off, mix it up, and then instead of having a $2,000 room bill at the end of the trip, $32 worth of bottomless soda.
I know that is the one thing. That is the one thing that gets you about the Disney cruises. Like everything's all inclusive except liquor. So it's like you do rack up some liquor bills there when you're doing that sort of shit.
Of course. All right, well, let's call it. I don't think we're going to get another touchdown while we're on here.
Somehow only 7 minutes have passed.
I don't know.
There's been a lot of incompletes and
Yeah,
touchdowns.
so much for the sharp money.
We got one question. Who's the bet and comeback player of the year? I don't know. Rodgers. So Rodgers sucks.
Honestly, the funniest thing that could happen would be DeMar Hamlin winning it this year. So I think Hamlin. You want the funniest possible outcome, and you want to profit from it. That would be it.
Who's even up for it? That if it's not Rodgers or
Joe Burrow, who's the favorite right now? Somehow.
I don't hate that. You should give him a award for like scoring 40 points a game and being, 2-18.
You're gonna get to go to the Pro Bowl.
Kyler probably getting some love, isn't he? Because he was hurt last year.
Yeah,
but he came back last year.
That's
I know, but it's
thing.
There's a lot
Anthony
of
Richardson doesn't seem to have much momentum, even though he was hurt last year.
People for like 100 yards. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. I'm very excited, by the way, for the end of this year for people to be like, yeah, the correct order for quarterbacks last year was Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, and then CJ Stroud. Because there will be some hot takes like that. I guarantee it. I'm excited for that. They're showing some good clips of skiing. Ooh.
How can you not cheer for Bryce Young? Like, unless you're a diehard Falcon, Saints, whatever fan. Like, yeah. He's never been like a shithead. He took the benching so well, and he comes back with this just oozing confidence right now.
Yes.
It's so fun that he's good.
A comeback story for the ages.
It's so fun because bad quarterbacks make for a bad product. The more people that can figure it out,
God, I know
even if it takes some time, the better the product is.
And honestly, there's a lesson here, which is young quarterbacks are going to suck sometimes. Chill the fuck out. We need to be harder on the old quarterbacks who suck to get them the fuck out.
I love Chubb getting some receiving yards.
That was a nice run. Nice catch and run.
Now he's tired. Get him out of there. We don't need him running the ball at all. That was actually a nice little screen pass.
It was.
They had 2 big boys out in front right away. I was holding.
Browns are playing hard, man. I really don't understand why.
Who's going to win the Pacific? Did you say this already?
Oh, man, hold. We spent 15 minutes on Bet the Edge today talking about that. I have no clue. The margins between the best and the worst in the Pacific change every week, and it's never the same answer. The TLDL, too long didn't listen, is right now the Suns would be my top power rated team, but they're the most fragile because of how much the top guys matter. The Kings are alive and their price is huge. The Lakers, I think, are good, and they have a trade left to be done. If the Clippers get Kawhi back in the end of December, which is what it sounds like is trending, then the Clippers would immediately jump to the best. But he's probably only going to play like 30 games. So how do you price that? I don't really know. And that's everybody except for who am I forgetting? Oh, the Warriors. The Warriors were my top rated power team until D'Anthony Melton tore his ACL. So yeah, I think the Warriors are the only one that I would actually toss at price. I would give serious consideration to the Kings 25-1, and I think the Clippers have a chance.
I'm gonna write that down.
Take the 2 long shots. Take the 2 long shots. There's a lot of season left. Yeah,
I'm gonna play.
I make the Kings right now are the best offense in the division, and the Clippers right now are the best defense, and they don't even have their best defensive player available. So those are your twos your two big numbers that I would swing on if you're getting weird in the Pacific. Damn it, it was good defensive play.
What are you gonna do? All right, boys, girls, everyone else.
All right,
let's roll. Let's rock. See you on Wednesday. I will tweet out what time we will be on because it will be different. It's still the holidays, boys. Have you ever been experienced? I did sit next to some kid who played football for Dion. He's a running back for the
Beeflos.
Yeah, he's like their third running back. He has a touchdown this year, but his little brother played for the team too, so he was there, and his family was all wearing their Colorado gear with his name on the back. And I'm like, I don't understand that until someone's like, oh, he's their third running back.
Oh, obviously.
Like, he's little. Like, he's not very big. He better be fast. And then real quick, I forgot to mention this because I had to kind of scramble to get this rolling because it's not going to work next week. But part of the agreement with Profit X is to have one of their guys on the show.
Oh,
not just a quick little 5-10 minute thing at the beginning to do some Q&A, because that's one of their biggest barriers to entry is just like people don't understand our product.
Oh, that should have been a safety.
And they're good, He's like, it's a good product and people need to learn about it. So he's going to pop on if you're still good with 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I
ended up. We said that's on Wednesday, right?
Yes. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay. He's just going to pop on at the beginning then.
All right. I'm getting a cavity filled at